7 years. That's how long Luke Thompson waited in the shadows of Bridgerton, playing a background character while his co-stars got the spotlights, the love stories, the headlines. And then, Season 3 happened, and suddenly the internet couldn't stop talking about him. But here's what nobody is saying. What happened to Luke Thompson in those 7 years is actually the reason his chemistry with Yerin Ha feels so real. And if you stay until the end, I'll tell you exactly what that means for Benedict and Sophie's story in Season 4. Stay with me until the end, because the detail about what Luke was doing between Bridgerton seasons is going to completely change how you watch his scenes with Yerin Ha. When Bridgerton first dropped on Netflix in December 2020, Luke Thompson was there, but you probably didn't clock him. Benedict Bridgerton in Season 1 was background furniture. Charming, yes, but a supporting player in a show built around his older brother Simon and Daphne's love story. Luke was billed below the main couple, below Anthony, below Penelope and Colin. He was the artsy, slightly mysterious brother who showed up at parties, said something witty, and disappeared. Reviewers barely mentioned him. The fan edits weren't about Benedict. The first tweets were going elsewhere. For most actors, that's the job. Show up, say your lines, cash your check. But Luke Thompson didn't treat it that way. Here's what the Bridgerton press coverage always skips. Luke Thompson is at his core a stage actor. Before Netflix, before the corsets and the ton, he was doing theater. The Royal Court, the National Theatre. He trained at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, one of the most demanding drama schools in the world. That background matters more than people realize. Stage actors don't get multiple takes. They don't get ADR. They don't get a director to cut away when an emotion doesn't land. Every night, in front of a live audience, you either make them feel it or you don't. That's the foundation Luke was building during those early Bridgerton years. While the show was becoming a global phenomenon, he was still sharpening the instrument. If you're a Lukerin fan and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. We cover Benedict and Sophie deeper than anyone else on YouTube. Season 2 gave Benedict slightly more screen time, but it was still Anthony's show. The fan base was growing, though. Something was shifting. People were starting to notice that the second most interesting person on screen in any scene Benedict was in was Benedict. Luke was doing something subtle but deliberate. He was listening. In ensemble scenes, while other characters delivered their lines and waited for their cue, Luke was responding. Micro-expressions, small reactions, genuine presence. Actors call it living in the scene. It's the difference between performing and being. Fans started making compilation edits. Not about Benedict's plotlines, about the way Luke Thompson existed in the frame. The way his eyes moved, the small smiles, the beat before he spoke. The internet was paying attention before the show was. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because while all of this was happening, Shonda Rhimes and the Bridgerton writers were watching, and they made a decision that would change everything. Season 4, the Benedict and Sophie season, was always in the books. Julia Quinn wrote it. An Offer from a Gentleman is one of the most beloved entries in the entire Bridgerton novel series. The question was never if Benedict would get his love story. The question was, who would be ready to carry it? 7 years of background work, theater discipline, ensemble listening, and quiet character building meant that by the time Yerin Ha stepped onto that set, Luke Thompson wasn't just ready. He was overqualified. She matched him. She brought a warmth and a specificity to Sophie Beckett that made their chemistry feel earned, not manufactured. These weren't two actors playing at romance. These were two stage-trained, detail-obsessed performers who understood exactly what they were building. That's why the Lukerin reaction has been so overwhelming. It doesn't feel like a Netflix couple. It feels real. Here's what 7 years in the background actually gives you: the ability to hold a scene. Benedict's story in the books is quieter than Anthony's. It's more internal. It's about a man who has been watching everyone else find their purpose. His brother marry, his friends succeed, while he drifts between art and privilege and mild dissatisfaction. That's a hard character to make compelling on screen. But Luke Thompson has been playing that exact thing for 7 seasons. He knows Benedict's restlessness from the inside out. He's lived in that character through parties where he wasn't the focus, through scenes where he was the reaction and not the action. When Season 4 puts the camera on him, and it will, fully for the first time, you're not going to see an actor who just got his big break. You're going to see someone who has been quietly rehearsing this for 7 years. That's the story. That's what makes this different from every other Bridgerton lead. So here's my question for you, and I want to see your answers in the comments. Do you think Benedict's background role in the early seasons actually helped his character? Or did Bridgerton wait too long to give Luke Thompson his moment? Yes, it helped, or no, they waited too long. Drop it below. And if you want to see our deep dive into what Sophie's storyline actually means for the Lukerin dynamic in Season 4, that video is right here.